Welcome back, everyone. My name is Elton and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader. Where we left off last time, we were in the... what's it called? The Hangar District? Void Dock of Footfall. Yeah. We did pick up some letters I'm going to read really quickly, and then we're going to continue on with our journey. It looks like we start here. Nope. We're going to start here. Aurora's sermon. It's coming, it's coming, it's drawing ever nearer. Heed the word of Aurora. Abandon all your mundane affairs. Ambition is but dust, desire is but rust upon the metal of the soul. The final dawn is coming, it'll put an end to all worldly vanities. Leaflet. ×2. Now is our time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds. Carve open their bodies like carcasses at a slaughterhouse. The Imperial Navy, Casbalica, Corda, von Valentius, their names mean nothing now. Tomorrow, we'll erase them from memory. Go and seize power, as much of it as you can carry. ANV. Strange memo. The holy book by the altar, that void damn customs guy, he's always on duty. Does he ever get any time off? Does he ever leave for a piss? Is he a servitor or something? 3 is guess what? 4 is the hanger by the window. Remember to bow to the Emperor through the window. Okay. We need no rules or leaders. We are not an organization. We are a force of nature. And I am writing to inform you that 2 days ago, the discharge was interrupted by a raid launched by the Anvers gang. In the attack, 3 loader servitors were put out of commission. Furthermore, 1 container cargo, serial number FVDA116-165, was stolen along with the contents. Okay. So, also I noticed when I loaded into this map again, it's gotten rid of our mini-map, and I don't know why, but let's go look around. So, window, Emperor. I think there was one that was staring out towards the giant statue of an Emperor, maybe that one. We'll take a look around though first. So we got 4 things to look for.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
I don't know why I redid all these, like we've already looted everything. Okay, here's a statue, that's the holy book, right? What's this say? Life of St. Drusus, Volume 3. So I'm gonna guess that 3 is the first number. What was the next part? So we got 3, the Void Customs guy. Rank 5 Functionary, Elanger Quistoris, so 3-5 I'm guessing. Okay, I don't know, guess what could mean? Doesn't make no sense. Also, we would have a commerce check.
I rise to the occasion.
Container is marked foodstuffs, but it's empty, and by the look of it, has not been moved in a while. Now we need to find the hangar window. That's the last number that we can find. And then we'll just have to guess the third one, I guess? I don't know. Hangar by the window that looks out towards the Emperor. If I were an Emperor, where would I be? Is there an Emperor statue out here? Looks like not really. Okay, hangar by the window. There's a bunch of hangars by windows. What hangar do you mean? This is the one we came in on. It's not that one very clearly. Let's go over here more. Maybe it's this one? We could bow and look through the window. How do I bow? Is there like a command? Is there like an emote button? Oh, here's something. Bow towards the Emperor. He's got 3 lines on his chest. Is that what it wants?
None shall stand in my
What's this
way.
thing? Finest wines from Janus. I'm a little unclear as to what we're looking for this one. Maybe it's here? Maybe it's the amount of lights? 4 lights? We could give that a shot. Why not? I don't know though. Look towards the Emperor. I'm not seeing any numbers or anything. Maybe this isn't the right thing? It's the only window I know I can see. How do you bow towards the Emperor? Maybe it means look down? It's a little unclear on that one. Okay, well, let's quickly glance over here. We could just try it. Buttons until it works, I guess. Let's go take a look at it. It's over somewhere here. Okay, so there's 4 numbers. We know it's 3, 5. Well, I mean, it's only 2 choices. It's 3, 5, 4, 1 or 3, 5, 1, 4. So let's go 3, 5, 4, 1. Okay, well, there were only 2 options, so what did we get? Multi-key interrogation goggles, plus 5 bonus to lower Xenos, plus 10% hit chance against Xenos. Psyker's footwear, 3% dodge until the end of combat for each psi power they use that stacks. That's amazing. We're going to use those for sure. And then just some auto guns and stuff. We need boots, don't we? Well, actually, what do we have? Yeah, we don't need those boots. Those are not that important to boots for us. Let's switch our boots out. We'll give these to, like, Abelard. He could use some walking boots. Alright, where are we going now? Rest of Footfall. Yes, I want to go see what the rest of the city's all about. Let's go take a look at what we can go to. Or not. Or yes. We can go to the Atrium, the Shadow Quarters, or the Shadow Quarters. Those are the only 2 places we can go. Where does Argenta want to go? I know that she wants to go somewhere. If I were companion quests, where would I want to go? Argenta has something to discuss with the head of the Drusian mission, is counting on the Lord Captain's support. Really not helpful in letting me know where she wants to go exactly. Atrium. Oh, never mind. It just it says it right there. Oh my god, I'm blind. Atrium it is. Here we go. We won't go to the Liege place yet because I don't care enough about him at the moment. He's just some pompous noble. And the only pompous noble that matters to me is me. We are the only one that matters. Also, this is a long 4% of loading time. Okay. So, where are we? There's treasure near us, kinda. Citizens are bound. More citizens, what's that? Fireproof cape, immune to burning. Whenever the wearer ends their turn, burning is removed from adjacent enemies. Nifty. Citizens, I'm gonna save, because you never know when we're gonna run into something that's gonna murder us.
This place was intended to be merely a hall within the temple, but now a whole city has been squeezed into it.
A rational decision. Ecclesiarchy temples lack the critical functionality that a void station requires. Unlike the chapels of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
So it looks like there's some things to do up here. Let's use the cogitator. It's a logic check. Oops. From Pascal. We've opened a gate. Are we supposed to have opened this gate? I have no idea. There's goods somewhere. It's right there. There's also goods down there. This is a note. A leaflet. Oh, it's the same leaflet that we've had before. Okay. Up we go. There's an athletics check to jump over. Okay, and then there's whatever this is. There is a greatsword and a commander's monocle. Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's voice of command makes an attack during an extra turn, the attack deals additional 3 times fellowship bonus % damage. It's actually really kind of nice. What's this? I'm gonna push the button. I don't know what that did exactly. A body fell out of it though. Awareness 100%. The numerous wounds and injuries indicate that this was a particularly brutal murder. The letters A and V are carved into the victim's shoulder blade. Well, that's a little less than good. Can we talk to it? No, I don't think so. It's a body. You can't really talk to dead bodies. Back over we go. And then down. Okay, let's go take a look around some more. Argenta wants to talk to the merchant of something. Carnival Barker's over there. That's possibly a merchant. Pascal, go loot this for me,
The
please.
machine god grants me insight.
Alright, Carnival Barker. That's not who we're looking for. Hieronymus Dolorsoro, that's the one we want. Let's go find him. This way.
I'll lay claim to the
I just saw his name somewhere over here. The shopkeeper. Let's check the shopkeeper out. Nope. Doesn't care. Alright. You. The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt a massacre is about to take place. Just cut their throats already. What were they thinking letting that ship dock at footfall? They're all stricken. No, no cutting. We'll get their blood on us. We'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Be quiet, you scoundrel. A priest clad in the simple black raiment cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. Argenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Hieronymus. I'm surprised he decided to intervene in a street squabble. Let's intervene. What's going on here? Several dozen gazes bore into you. And who are you supposed to be? I am Eltimar, rogue traitor of the von Valencius dynasty. The rabble-rouser's expression changes completely, and he makes a clumsy attempt at a bow. Then he crumples to his knees. Your lordship, I'm sorry for not recognizing you. You see, it's just that it's your first time on football, and we didn't know. Terrified, he falls silent. We were just rooting out heresy here. These scrawny ones, they're from the ship that came from the bowels of the Coronis Expanse. They got a plague there, and mutants. And now they're spreading that rot everywhere, the taint. They're all... Silence. You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. What's so wrong with that, Reverend? We just want to put those heretics to death. We're not heretics. The haggard man is on the verge of tears. We're refugees, I swear it on the Golden Throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from the nightmares? Traitors and heretics, the lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. Their red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. Cassia looks at the crowd of troublemakers wearily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. As for the hearts of those who've been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish-black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies atop the glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me. All onlookers are to report to their homes immediately. The refugees can go to Dock Alpha Row. I'll speak to you later. Comply or face the consequences. None of the people dare defy you. They back away carefully, trying not to look at you. The refugees use the interruption to make off in the direction of Dock Alpha Row. Problem solved. Hieronymus Dolorsoro, the arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor. The priest shakes his head disapprovingly, then his eyes shift to you. I am Reverend Hieronymus Dolorsoro, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I can thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk then. Well, don't... I came here to talk to you. Don't go too far. Where are you going? Oh. Can't we just stop him mid-stride? Where did he go? Well, it's a Drusian preacher. Is that who we want to talk to? No. Oh, he's up here. He's just upstairs. Okay. He didn't go too far. I'm going to steal his stuff, though. No one seems to care if you steal their things. The man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone fixes his unblinking, bird-like eyes upon us. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice, he says the Emperor protects. The Emperor protects, Reverend. But he protects only those who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valentius. That name carries weight, and it's a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? Have no doubt about me, I'm a complete reprobate and an inveterate miscreant whose existence is an affront to the Emperor. He studies you with his heavy eyes, then erupts into a fit of laughter. His voice is so hoarse you fear his vocal cords are about to snap. Well, at least you're not lying to yourself. You are a filthy blasphemer and a blight in his eyes, as am I, as we all are. This is the Coronis Expanse, and there's no virtue here. Only profaners steeped in villainy. He looks at Argenta, who's standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let it be known that Theodora von Valentius' ship was attacked by servants of the arch-enemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue trader's crew and help protect the von Valentius dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding the Footfall Reliquary. Say nothing. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall Reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. Hieronymus smiles sadly. I know what it is that calls you to follow the rogue traitor, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you'll relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarters. In the darkest corners, where the liege wardens do not venture, taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, and even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with a sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us, and I wish to see retribution. We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus. With great pleasure. Argenta puts her hand on the stock of her weapon. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye. Sister, Noble Eltamar, is there more you wish to talk to me about? Yeah, befitting of our rank. Why, for a missionary, his temple is the patch of deck beneath his feet. From where I stand, I can clearly see the life of my flock. All is bustling, blooming, and wilting. Here I can see their vile urges, futile hopes, and flashes of sincerity. If I were to be in the habit of locking myself in a temple, would I have made it in time to intervene in the massacre of your subjects from Kiava Gamma? No. Truth resides not in golden halls, but here in the square among the people. Golden halls are home to other, far filthier things. What do you do in here? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Coronis Expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path. It's also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass on Footfall. If I hear a crewman whispering about a reclaimed shrine world, or expressing a desire to carry the Emperor's light into the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazers need assistance, both spiritual and material, tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims in their long journey. And during the first days of the harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. This guy talks a lot. The path of true believers leads into darkness, to search for worlds that have lost its radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who bring themselves into the void and the warp in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the expanse and deliver a few previously barren worlds into the Imperial service. Hieronymus is silent for a few seconds. And all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the Wasteland Wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cinerus Maleficum? Yeah. And the stars have kept her fate secret since. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you, on your travels, come into dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the rogue trader. Yes, I would like to see the things that you own, because there's a thing that I want that you own. It's this one, the Sanctified Staff. We don't have the profit factor to buy it, though. Oh no, we're gonna have to try and find our way to some profit factor somehow. We'll work on that as well. But first, let's get our Drusian rep up, because we really need to. What do they like? They like holy gifts, they like jewelry, they like ship components. We can give them a bunch of jewelry. They also like holy gifts, apparently. That's only 1,100. That's not nearly enough. How's their melee weapons and stuff? Oh, 100 is not the worst. What about armor? Armor's 150. We can give them armor. We have a bunch of armor kits. Do they like uniforms? Sure. Give them some uniforms too. They can have some melee weapons as well. And armor. And we're not going to give them ship components because I don't want to. Give them all those. I really want that staff. It's very important for us. They apparently don't like ranged weaponry at all. Alright, well, we have more to jam in there. They don't like those, so I'm not too worried about those. Axes, though. Weighty axes can go. Chain swords can go. Shock batons can go. Well, you can just do auto pistols, even though they're not very important right now. Basically, all the weapons we have like 100 pieces of, and we can do a ton of the armor too. Do we have 60 armor? Was that what I said? Anywho. I don't think we need flak chest plates. Okay. That should give us some extra oomph to buy things, or whatever. Where are we at now? Let's go back to the top. So melee weaponries. Melee weaponry. 1 billion armor kits. More melee weaponry. More armor kits. More melee weaponry. Okay. We now made it to tier 1. What's that give us? Militant's Cloak. The wearer's first melee attack in combat cannot be parried or dodged. And there's an elite chainsword that we can't afford. We're going to have to figure out how to get more profit. We need to do that. We need 23 at least to do the Sanctified Staff. That's actually very important for our character. Emperor's Wrath is apparently a very good ability, and also that +5 or 5+ Psyker's Resolve gains. Or sorry, the wielder of the staff with a power level of 5+ Psyker's Resolve gains the Emperor's Wrath. So I'm very excited to try that out. Do we have any junk? Like, I don't know. Not really. Okay. How much more rep do we need? Another 4,000 or so. Fuel is... We can do uniforms, I guess. We have a bunch of those. I don't want to do ship components. I really don't. What's miscellaneous give? Nothing. Okay, basically nothing anyways. Provisions? No. We don't have enough Xeno artifacts yet. Or holy gifts for another round. I can just select all tradable. And even if we did all tradable at the moment, we still wouldn't get everything we needed. Because that'd be 2,800, would put us at, what, 8,200 out of 9,560. So we need to go fight more things. We definitely don't have the capability. Well, let's see what else we can do. Hang on. Scrappy las guns gone. Shotguns are gone. Well, they don't like ranged weapons, so why am I bothering? It's a vision of death. Anyways, we're gonna have to do some more murdering before we can get that staff. I was really looking forward to that staff, but we got some other things we can do. This video is not going to be quite as long as some of the previous ones. I'm a little bit exhausted today. The statue undoubtedly depicts Parsimius Dwayne, or the legendary rogue trader who founded football. He's a very serious man.
A new challenge for me?
The sight of this cogitator would be enough to break any tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly to one side, grimy, covered in scrawled drawings with frivolous writing scratched here and there on the casing. Several keys are missing, and the rest are coated with dust. Pascal's respirator lets out a mournful hiss before he says grimly, "The right of operation has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated, requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with caring for the spirit of this machine." Let's repair it. After a series of creaks and groans, the cogitator's dusty light screen lights up on several lines of text section headings. Praise the Omnissiah. The machine spirit of this cogitator is aggrieved but willing to serve. Accompanied by the crackling of a Bin Herrick prayer, Pascal's mechadendrites gently place a couple of keys lying on the floor back into place. Welcome. The screen flickers a few times before revealing to the world a text of low Gothic. In the name of the founder of Football Station, conqueror of stars, builder of outposts, the noblest rogue trader Parsimus Dwayne, and on behalf of all of his descendants, I welcome you. This cogitator was installed on the order of the illustrious Parsimus, so that the needy may tap into the flow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list of sections and choose what you wish to know. Abelard's brow furrows. Parsimus Dwayne. Never heard of such a rogue trader house. Whoever this Parsimus was, he sure thought big. Lord Captain Parsimus Dwayne, one of the trailblazers of the Coronis Expanse and this station's founder. I read about his great deeds. Lord Dwayne was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but by his will, later inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to conquer the Coronis Expanse. They say Footfall was meant to be his personal palace world, but construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces, and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today. One that's full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders. Please with yourself. Cassia nods slightly to let everyone know that the lecture is over. About Footfall. Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus Dwayne as a palace in the stars, as majestic as the spirit and mind of its creator. As of the year of the cogitator's installation, merely a small fraction of the great Parsimus's designs has yet been made a reality, but already their audacity and grandeur are staggering. Footfall is to become the gateway to the savage and barely explored Coronis Expanse, a foothold for future conquest by the Imperium and the noble Parsimus Dwayne, who acts by the Emperor's will. The cogitator wheezes and blinks, clearly trying to shut down. Emergency repair this thing. Let's turn it back on. One of the first structures on Footfall was the colossal statue of the Emperor. A whole asteroid was used for the creation of this sculpture, but even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. The statue is the center of Footfall in the same way that the Emperor is the center of part of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new, smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surface serving as foundation for glorious palaces and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for commoners and rabble. Last one, the design. The cogitator flickers and grunts before displaying a tapestry of text. The great Parsimus Dwayne intends to conquer the Coronis Expanse and build the most grandiose structure which will shine through the ages, praising the names of its creator and its descendants. Footfall, the palace in the stars. The glory of the great Parsimus's deeds will live on throughout the ages and his grand designs. The cogitator hisses and grunts as it tries to clean its insides by spewing out dust and detritus through its cracks. The cogitator hisses for a while, then the screen flickers once more, shows the words, "The great Parsimus Dwayne intends to conquer." Pascal's vox wheezes mournfully. The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform its function no more. I will see to it that the profaners responsible for its maintenance are marked for servo penance. Poor
None
machine.
shall stand in my way.
There's just random things on the ground. Same dumb stuff by ANV. Whoa, don't do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't need to use multi-keys on this. There's still more to loot. There's lots to loot in this place. This is a giant area. Okay. We've gone through here. We should probably just continue along this way and see what we can find up here. The Gunsmith Guild. Okay.
Victory awaits!
Just cleaning up all this junk. There's guards and citizens trying to get to the palace, but we don't really care about them. There's pilgrims over here by whatever this is. One of the many altars, it looks better tended than most of the places on Footfall. The heart of Footfall is a colossal statue of the Emperor carved from a single asteroid. It's giant.
It's about time.
There's goods over here. Let's go there. Gonna just go ahead and grab... Oh, that was all the goods. I see it was all one go. More junk. Hopefully to trade for some eventual staff stuff. There's a... Punish the enemies of humanity. Nobody's in there. Finish the Xenos for a coin ago. Another dumb leaflet. There's another cogitator up here, it looks like.
Follow my lead.
Alright, let's use it up. Let's see what it is.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
So that opened this door. There are goods up here. There's a dreadful Xenos up here. Got some boots. Unyielding Vanguard boots. All allies in HSL radius around the wearer gain a plus 40% bonus to resolve from the Unyielding Beacon ability instead of the original bonus. Ooh. It's clear that the one in the cage is not a Xenos, just an ordinary Voidborn who lost in the mutation lottery. Somebody... Oh, there is someone down there. I see. I don't really care to torture a Xenos at the moment.
New challenge for me?
Just looking around for goods at the moment. Open that up. Blocked passage, let's just...
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Jam that out of the way. There's a lore Imperium check here. In this mismatch of devices and cables, you notice equipment from a totally different era. Some... Where did it go? Some ancient, some merely old, and others hastily tossed together in more recent years. Okay. There's a bunch of things going on here. There's a... Oh, this might be a thing. Might be a whole event going on here. The low hum of voices quiets and a dozen gazes shift to you. The tall man with a shaved head is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seams on his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's not trying to put on an air of friendliness. Or still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. Greetings, you must be Lord von Valencius. Your lordship, I heard about your arrival on Footfall, of course, and about Lady Theodore's passing, but I wasn't told. You're not on the list. He stops. But that's not a problem, of course. Please come on in. Chaplain's about to begin, but we're waiting for one more attendee to arrive. Fidelio? Without Fidelio, it's all been for nothing. Mumbling, the man excuses himself and joins the other attendees. You catch sight of something odd. Before stepping away from you, the man gestures subtly to a nearby servitor, giving it some kind of command. The servitor quickly removes the bottles of Amasec and glasses set out for the attendees from a nearby table. Let's look around. The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations and the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't that far from the liege's residence, but you notice that most of those gathered are rather imposing physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they are covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. I want to see what this is about. Let's join this in. Oh, the game is... I think it's just the camera is wonky. The game actually is at very high FPS, just a little wonky. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of Footfall Society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, and an example to all future generations. The most noble and unforgettable Master Belardo. This loss, the Pussy Administratum clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at a paper with text on it. His speech drags on and on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Belardo. 20 minutes pass, so let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Belardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most revered chaplain. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of the ecclesiarchy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then. But if you think the Emperor or the messenger of his will, in other words myself, does not see into your vile souls, you're sorely mistaken. The chaplain looks at you and gives a slight nod. I wasn't referring to our esteemed guests, but the rest of you I know all too well. So go ahead and pray for Belardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him, a fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, the chaplain makes the sign of the Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendees. So, what was that all about then? I'm confusioned. But there are goods to look at, so let's go do that. Ooh, more goods. Hidden goods. And a shredder. That's a really good shotgun. That's a really good shotgun. Do we want Adira to be a shotgunner again? She could be. That shotgun does an insane amount of damage, and we do kind of need some more AoE. We should sort this by type. Probably. You know what? We'll give her a shotgun in one hand. And I know she has a staff, technically. So I'm going to give her a shotgun in the other hand. Or she's got a rifle in one hand, shotgun in the other hand. The shotgun does as much damage as the rifle. Interesting. Alright. Ceremony guests. Everywhere there's an awareness check here. Let's check that out. There's an odd smell to this amasec. It seems very likely that the drink has been poisoned.
None shall stand in my way.
Quick remembrance. Among the words of parting and praise for the deceased, a fresh entry stands out, repentance, with a signature underneath, bid. The letters are crabbed and barely legible. Ooh, there's traps here. Or a trap here, I should say. More goods to sell. There's Casa Belardo. A man of indeterminate age turns to you and sighs loudly. You can tell by his breath that he came to the ceremony after indulging in 1 or 2 glasses of strong drink. Your lordship, it must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here. Surely a figure as great as yourself wouldn't allow for terrible injustices to happen. The man grimaces. It appears that obsequiousness does not come easily to him. And what is this injustice I'm supposed to prevent from occurring? Well, he grimaces, the lawful heir is being robbed of his inheritance. My dear father left his entire fortune, down to the last coin, to some nobody, a certain Fidelio, who hasn't even bothered to come to his funeral, and I'm left with nothing. Do you think that's fair? Your nobility, you of all people, must realize how wrong and unacceptable the situation is, so I thought, maybe you could lend me a hand somehow, for the sake of friendship, with the future keeper of the Belardo fortune. Me. And for the sake of justice, of course. Who is Fidelio? I have absolutely no idea. Zero. There's a will, there's a name, that's it. Maybe they're my father's byblow, some brother or sister I knew I had. Maybe they're a whore who brightened his final days. I get the feeling that old louse Chaplain knows. He's always known more about father's business than any of us, but he's keeping quiet. Why'd your father disinherit you? As if I know. The old man wasn't a heart-to-heart sort of person. Right up until the announcement of his last will and testament, I had no idea he'd put me in the doghouse. I'll consider your offer. He bows. Your lordship, thank you. I don't know how to thank you for your kindness, but I'll definitely try if it all works out. What did Belardo die of? Age, debauchery, old wounds. By the end, my old dad was more implant than man. Especially after the assassination attempt. People tried to kill him, you see, about 12 years ago. Did your father ever talk to you about repentance? That's hilarious. Even old Chaplain doesn't tell me to repent. He gave up on me long ago, and my old dad, he gave up on me long before that. He laughs nervously. Wait, you mean that repentance? Those stupid ghosts or whatever it was? I'm pretty sure my dad did it himself. That senior old kook, or maybe it was my daughter messing around? Where else would those words have come from? What words are you talking about? Oh, you don't know? Out of the blue, writing started appearing on the wall of our house. Just one word, repentance. Big, scrawling scribbles, like a child's handwriting. The first one appeared about 10 years or so back. The help kept whispering about it being the work of ghosts. Ooh. But for some reason the old man didn't want to do anything about it. He told me not to. The writing amused him somehow. Whenever he said repentance, scratched on the wall, he'd just grin. Adira turns to you and shakes her head. It'd be good to take a look at that writing, but if I had to guess, it doesn't sound like warp influence to me. If something really did take up residence in that house, it would have made a bigger splash in 10 years, like a dozen corpses big. You've been introduced. Pardon me, Cass Bellardo. I have the honor of being the only child of the deceased. He sends a mocking salute in the direction of the coffin. You don't seem particularly grief-stricken over your father's death. If I was the one lying in that box, he wouldn't be crying his eyes out either. Cass bites with sudden acidity. He takes a moment to calm himself. A son's feelings are complicated. I wasn't a good son, old Denz wasn't a good father, but I do miss him in my own way, yeah. He always seemed timeless to me, not just a bag of meat and ugly ambitions like the rest of us are. Thanks, bye. First mate Dagon is here, and there's a combat servitor around, at least one or two. But I think we'll finish this investigation in the next video. I am wiped out today, and there are some people to talk to. There's a Delia apparently over here. I just saw her on the map. She's hiding around the corner. Very sneaky. And then of course there's Dagon. So we'll look at these people next time, and we'll see if we can solve this little hubbub. We'll speak with the chaplain apparently. That's something we have to do as well. For now though, I'll leave you here like always. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.